welcome to Turbo Tips, short practical videos to help you get the most out of your TurboCoder 13th edition. So today we're going to look at different ways to find codes using lead terms. So we'll step through real coding examples such as appendicitis, but we'll also look at diabetes coding, coding cancer with metastases, dagger and asterisk codes, and external cause codes, as well as poisonings. So let's start with acute appendicitis with laparoscopic appendectomy. So we start by using lead terms and then appendicitis. Then we come over into the navigation frame and select the subterm acute. And at the top of the documentation frame, we see K35.8, follow the hyperlink to the tabular, and we have our code. So to code the procedure, we clear our search, and now we want to find the intervention. So we type in appendectomy, even if you don't spell the word correctly, it'll still find it using suggestions. We have laparoscopic documented, so we choose laparoscopic. Then we've got the blue hyperlink procedure code. We click on that to check our tabular, and that's the code we're looking for. Okay, so now let's look at coding diabetes with poor control. So we come up here back to our search and we choose lead terms, and we want to look up diabetes. So we can see here in the suggestions it said diabetes. We come over here into the navigation frame and we can either type in poor control or unstable or with poor control depending on what we've got documented. And in this case we've got with. So in the navigation frame, you can start by typing W, and as soon as it's selected the term that you're looking for, click enter. And instead of scrolling down the navigation frame to look for poor control or unstable, you can just start typing in this navigation frame that's activated, and you can tell it's activated because it's white. So poor, P-O-O, so it's already found it, enter. And then you'll come over into your index here. You can see E11-65. So we click on that, and when we choose our type of diabetes. So in the drop-down box, you'll see all the different types with the E- filled in for you. So we want type 2, so E11-65. Click on that, and that takes you to your tabular. So over here in the navigation frame, you can hover over your includes and excludes right up to the chapter. Or you can scroll within the tabular to see if there's any notes or advice that you might like to look at. And so here we've got E11-65, the code and the code title. Okay, so next let's do cancer coding. So for example, say we've got a patient with breast carcinoma. The morphology is a carcinoma, no special type. The location is 9 o'clock, and the patient also has positive metastatic axillary lymph nodes. So first we search the lead term for the morphology. So come up to lead terms. So we've got carcinoma of no special type. So type in carcinoma. Come over into your navigation frame and type in no, enter. Special type is there. So we come up to the top of the frame of the documentation frame, and we can see our morphology there, M8500/3. So once we've found our morphology, we can then go and find our location. So we come back into carcinoma and we can see neoplasm malignant at the top. So now we've gone to the neoplasm table. We can type in our sites here in the navigation frame, or you can scroll up and down and you'll see that certain parts of the documentation frame will stay still. So you've got good access to see what is primary, secondary, in situ, benign or unknown. So come over into your neoplasm table. So we know it was breast carcinoma. We've got all the different sites here. So we've got 9 o'clock, which is your C50.8. So you click on that, see if there's any advice, any notes, any standards. And up here, we've got a note attached. Click on the note to see if it's relevant. We've got the breast clocks picture attached. So you click on that and up pops your picture. You can scroll in and see that C50.8 is at 9 o'clock. Close and OK. So let's go back and assign our metastatic sites. We want to choose neoplasm and we want to choose lymph node for the axilla. So lymph, enter, gland, enter, and we want axilla, which we can see here. And it's a metastatic site, C77.3. Okay, so let's look at dagger and asterisk coding. It's very similar to the other coding that we've been doing. So you come up, choose your lead terms. Say we want spinal stenosis with nerve root compression. So we type in our lead term stenosis, come over into our navigation frame, we choose spinal, enter. Then we've got the with nerve root compression. So click on that and it takes us to our dagger asterisk code. We've got the G55.3 with any coding rules that may apply, back, and then we've got to choose our site from the M48.0 and then we choose our site. Our site in this case is lumbosacral, so it's a 0.7. So M48.07, so that's our code. And then we've got the G53 for your asterisk code. Okay, so now let's look at various external causes, your falls, your place of occurrence, your activities, car accidents, and where to find maybe notes that you're looking for regarding car accidents. So say we've got a fall from slipping over in an indoor swim centre. So we go fall, same level from slipping. And we come over here to our W01.0 at the top of the documentation frame. And that takes us to fall on same level from slipping. So that's the correct code for that. So let's start looking for the place of occurrence. So the place was at an indoor swim centre. So place, suggestions of place of occurrence. And it takes you straight to the place of occurrence lookup. And we want swim centre or swimming pool. Swimming pool, it's found. It's not in a hotel or a private home. So let's see what it says at Y9232, swimming centre. So it excludes your hotel and private home swimming pools. So this is your correct code for a swim centre. So next we want to look at car accidents and finding your causes or external causes for your car accidents. So come up to your lead terms and type in accident. It'll find the suggestion. Come over here, you'll see that accident has been identified in the index of diseases. So we want to click forward past that and go to the external causes of injury. So click the forward button and it takes you to accident where you've got all your options of what you want to look for. So we've got car accident. So we're going to go transport, enter. We want car. So they're an occupant in a car. They had a collision and they hit a tree. So we want to find the fixed or stationary object. So fixed, enter. So then at the top of your screen, you can see you've got your V47 dot dash. So we come over into our tabular. We've got V47. We've got to choose the rest of the fourth and fifth characters. So we know that the patient was a driver in the traffic accident and they were in an unspecified car. So we're coming down to 9, unspecified car. And that's how you would code your accidents. You'll also note in chapter 20 in your external causes, there's a section here on accidents, and you'll also find here your definitions related to transport accidents. What is a public highway? What is a transport accident? What is a pedestrian? what is outside the vehicle. So lots of information there about how you're going to code transport accidents correctly. Okay, and finally, let's code poisonings and adverse effects. So say we have an intentional overdose of paracetamol. So first we need to use this search using the lead term poisoning. And it comes up here in suggestions. Come over here in your index and you can see drug or type drug. And we've got a specified drug being the paracetamol. So we come into our table of drugs and we can type in P for paracetamol, enter, and then type in the drug that we have. And we can see here in the drop down paracetamol. So first we assign our T code, T391 for the poisoning, go back, and then we assign the intent, and it was intentional self-harm. So we're using the X60 code. And finally, let's look up adverse effects. So in this case, we've got documentation of an adverse effect of propofol. So we type in adverse effect in our lead terms, effect, adverse, come over here, we've got a drug specified. We go to the table of drugs and chemicals, come in here into the navigation frame. We've got documentation of propofol being the agent. So rather than scrolling down, we can come straight in here into our navigation frame. Propofol, there it is. We click on that and you can see in the documentation frame, we've got our poisoning, if it was a poisoning, and your intention. But in this case, it's an adverse effect of a specified agent, propofol. Click on that and we go to our tabular and we've got Y48.2. And that's it. That was a quick look at finding codes using lead terms in TurboCoder. You can try these pathways with your own scenarios. Don't forget to check your notes, your hyperlinks, and your tabular for full accuracy. Thanks for watching and see you in the next Turbo Tips.